So my name is Kevin. I help with graphic design at Namibra and intern. Thank you.
Do I need to be mentioning names? Okay, Benson,
No,
go
I
ahead.
think they can.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Hello.
welcome.
Can you
This
hear
is
me?
hello.
Hi.
I'm Abdul Ghafoor Said. Many people call me Abdul, and I'm working as an intern as a back-end developer with PhD at Namibra.
Cool.
Thank you.
Benson, I guess we didn't hear you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also Benson. Um, I'm a backend developer intern working in PhD at Namibra, and I'm also interested. I love tech and I love to explore not just my area but other areas of tech, like cybersecurity, for example. So I like to explore and learn a lot more. That
All right. Adam, can you go ahead?
My name is Mohammed Adam, front-end developer, Intern at Namibra.
That's fine. Khadija, now the ball is in your court.
Hi, good morning. My name is Khadija. I'm a UI UX design intern here at Namibra.
Then Ishak. So Faiza, this program was
Yeah.
actually meant for our interns, but some people also opted to also join. So I said there's
Okay,
no
that's
harm. Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay, that's
one of
fine.
them will also introduce himself.
Okay, sure.
Chill. Chill. You are making me
All right, my name is Amana Ishaq, and I am a cybersecurity advocate, graphic designer, and also aspiring to be a full stack developer.
Okay, that's great. So
But
you have only one lady.
yes, some will join us right away. But why did you shake your head when
Okay.
when he mentioned cybersecurity?
No, like I'm just happy that like someone is because I'm passionate about cybersecurity. So when I see people in cybersecurity, I like it.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Then you can go ahead.
Okay, sure. So to make this section interactive, right, I would encourage you all to participate by sharing your thoughts, experiences, and any strategies that you found helpful in combating imposter syndrome. Yeah. So I have some notes, so I would like along the presentation, I would be like looking at that because of work. I didn't have time to do a presentation. Yeah. So let's get started. What exactly is imposter syndrome and why is it like prevalent in the tech ecosystem? So basically, imposter syndrome is the nagging feeling of self-doubt and the fear of being exposed as fraud despite evidence of your skills and accomplishments. So it is the feeling of doubting your own accomplishment. Imposter syndrome manifests in various. We would explore some common signs and feelings associated with it, such as failure, discounting your own accomplishments, and comparing yourself to this. So first is what attributing your success to luck or external factors, right? So people with imposter syndrome often struggle to internalize their accomplishments and believe their success is as a result of luck or other external factors rather than their own abilities and efforts, right? So that's one. Two is the feeling of being exposed as fraud. So people with imposter syndrome, they constantly worry that others will discover that they are not as competent or knowledgeable as they appear to be, and they may feel like they are faking it, and they fear they might be what exposed as what fraud. The third one is discounting your own achievement. So when you're experiencing imposter syndrome, you tend to downplay your accomplishments, diminishing them as insignificant or not worthy of recognition. And usually you may attribute your achievement to external factors or diminish their importance as compared to what other accomplishments. The fourth is constantly what seeking validation. So people with imposter syndrome often seek reassurance and validation from others to alleviate their own what self-doubt. So they usually rely heavily on external feedback to feel confident in their own abilities. And the fifth one is setting excessively what high standard. So imposter syndrome can drive individuals to set what unrealistic high standards for themselves, and they may constantly strive for perfection and feel they have to excel in every aspect of their work, fearing that any minor mistake will reveal their incompetence. And the sixth is the fear of failure. So people experiencing imposter syndrome often have intense fear of failure. I mean, failure is normal, okay? I mean, we all once in a while have that fear. And it's okay if you fail, right? People like Mark Zuckerberg and the likes, they failed before they got to where they are. Okay, so they may avoid taking on new challenges or opportunities due to the fear of not meeting expectation or being exposed as inadequate, and then comparing oneself to others. So individuals with imposter syndrome frequently compare themselves to their peers or colleagues, often assuming that others are more competent or accomplished. And then the last one is overworking or over-preparing. So people with imposter syndrome can drive individuals to work excessively hard or often going above and beyond what's necessary. So they may feel the need to over-prepare for tasks or projects, believing that only by doing so they can compensate for their perceived lack of ability. So simply put, right, it is the fear of imposter syndrome is the fear of what is it's the feeling of inadequacy, even if all other factors in your life indicates otherwise. So it is manifested by the constant nagging feeling, as I said, that you got to the position you are in due to what just like the feeling of inferiority compared to the people around you. So believe it or not, right, you can reframe imposter syndrome into what a positive mindset, right? And then like a lot of people in the tech industry have that feeling. I personally I've had that feeling all my life. So I remember like the role I am in, for instance, before I got to the role. So after the interview, I got the job, and my first day of work, I was taken to the NOC. So my company, we have the NOC and then the SOC, so Network Operations Center and then the Security Operations Center. They are all in the same building. So when I got there, like everybody was serious, like we have monitoring screens and all that. And when you go there, like you would, I don't know how to put it, like you panic a bit because like there are lots of screens, people are busy doing their job and all that. And I felt like I didn't really have the necessary skills to be there. You get it? So I was always worrying that one way or the other, my boss will realize that like I'm incompetent. I don't have the skills to be there. But the thing is, everybody faces that, right? And then in the tech, you might not know it all. Especially, I realized that when I started working, so I realized that there are some things I know that my colleagues don't know, and then I don't know. So we can always learn from each other. You are working with a team. It's not everything that your boss knows, and it's not everything that you also know. So you can learn from your boss, and then your boss can also learn from you one way or the other. And as I said, seeking validation. Sometimes you feel like, oh, okay, so seeking validation and comparing yourself to the other person. Sometimes you feel, okay, the person is actually achieving a lot, and then you're not doing anything for yourself. But then you realize that the other person that you're looking up to is also looking up to you. Do you understand? So imposter syndrome is closely connected to perfectionism and then the fear of failure, right? And so if you've experienced imposter syndrome, you can share. If you haven't, we can move on. Yeah. So is there anyone that has ever felt like an imposter? You can share and then we can move on. Anyone?
All right. Ishak, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, when I started my cybersecurity advocacy,
Yeah.
I realized that people were being hacked here and there, and also, this online scam. So I decided to talk about it, and one day I had the opportunity to go to the radio and talk about it. I was really scared, so I couldn't sleep that night.
Yeah.
I was going through the slides. I read it more than 10 times. It was just 5 slides. And I said, hey, this is national radio, going on radio to talk about it. What if people call and say I'm lying and all that? Yes. So I was really, really scared. And until I saw Mohammed Amin posting something on his status like imposter syndrome, and I was like, oh, okay. So I decided to research about it. And I realized that it is having doubt in yourself that you'll be able to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I read about it and I decided to get some remedies. So I went to radio and it went well. I was shaking in the beginning. I was shaking in the beginning, yeah. But later on, I was able to do it. Now I even go on TV to.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I think it's normal to feel that. I personally, even before this program, I remember when Amin told me to do it last week. I was like, no, I'm not ready. You get like I had to like over prepare. So it's completely normal. You see, it's completely normal. Everybody experiences it. Anyone else? Yeah.
All right, Benson. Benson, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benson.
Yeah, sorry, I had a phone.
Okay.
Yes, so I think I've also been a victim of that. I think last year, December, I was a lecturer of mine asked me to facilitate a program. It was actually a training on basics of computer, how to use MS Word and all of that. And the people that I was teaching were mostly master students and all that. And I'm just an undergraduate. So personally, I thought I wasn't the best person to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the day before that, of course, a lot of learning and a whole lot of other things. And I was so nervous. I thought I wasn't really ready to do that. And the time I got there were other lecturers who were also there, like the senior lecturers and other people. And even when I saw them still, I was just thinking about, am I really the first to be here? Because it was a big program. But I think in the end, I faced it, I did it, and I was able to come out with very good results. And even aside that, in my personal journey in tech, there was a point where I couldn't share the project that I was doing because I was afraid that people will see me in that
People criticize it and all that.
exercise my work and all that. But I think with encouragement from people, now I'm
Yeah.
more confident to share what I'm doing, even regardless of the feedback that I'll get. I'm still able to share it and all that. So I think, but sometimes I still struggle with sharing it. I'm still working on it.
Great. Is there anyone else?
So let me remind you. So the question was, have you ever felt an imposter before? Like you feel like you are not good enough in a team, or
It's
well,
breaking.
okay. What about now?
Can you start again?
Yeah. So I was
Can you
saying,
start again?
that the question was, for the sake of those who join us, the
It's
question was,
breaking.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right,
Continue.
that's fine. So I was saying that you were asking that, have you ever felt that you were not good enough in a team or in a place where you find yourself
Yeah.
in this industry? So if you have, you could share with us. Then,
Mm-hmm.
then before anybody else, I also
Yeah,
share my
yeah, yeah.
before anybody else, I also share my,
Okay.
for you to also understand that it happens to the senior most and also the junior most. Everybody, it happens to everybody. I remember when I was
Yeah.
going to do
Everybody, yeah. It
my national service with Ghana Tech Lab.
happens to everybody.
So um, the first day I went, I met three other guys over there, and all of them were from. One was from University of Ghana. The two was they were from KUST, and I was from UDS, the North. So I felt like, oh come on, from the North, Charlie, I can't compete with these guys. Fine, and I was the last person
Yeah.
to be onboarded. So they gave a task. They asked us a simple task we should do. And it was basically some basic programming tasks to see how we could write code. Honestly, I went home and I did it overnight. But I felt very nervous. I felt like I was expecting, what are they going to produce? Is it more than what I have, or is it better than my code? Is it efficient? Is it scalable? I was overthinking, like, is it scalable? Is it
Yeah.
so fine? We went and we presented what we did. If, believe me, my code was the best among them. So through that there was this girl, Ruth. She became a friend with me so that I could be assisting her in writing. But she completed KUST. But when I saw her for the first time as a software developer from KUST, I feel like, no, this is a big competition for me. You can see at the end of the day. So I was able to also unleash. And I always refer people to your video. I don't know if you still have it on YouTube.
I still have it. It's still
Yes, I
there.
think Adara is here. She came later after the introduction. You guys ever met somewhere?
I'm sure we met probably in
Comfort,
Suyan.
comfort program. I think one of the comfort.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Last year.
yeah. She's also interning with us. I think most often I refer her to that particular video. I also watch it, and I think it boosts my morale. So it happens to everybody. The senior most,
Yeah.
the junior most, everybody. Nobody's an exception. So if you also have your experience, you could still share with us.
Sure, sure. So, with cybersecurity, information security, like when you are at the top there, right? Usually, you need to talk to like top management because they have to. I mean, when you take the decision, they have to like give the go ahead. You understand? So, but I had to do this presentation for my CTO and my HR, basically the how do you call them? The company directors about why we need to build privacy and data protection into our product and why we need to look at privacy by design. So privacy by design and default is basically when you are just like the way we have software development life cycle. So when you are building a software or a system, you are looking at the privacy and the security aspect. So security and privacy shouldn't be an afterthought. It should be something that runs through the software development life cycle. So I had to do the presentation, and my boss asked me to do that, and I was like, no, like, I mean, these are big people. I don't know how I'm going to do that. And then I wasn't the information security manager. I had an information security manager, but my boss wanted me to do it. So it didn't make sense that like there was an information security manager and I, who is a nobody, had to do it. My boss was like, he believes in me, he feels like I can do it. But to me, I felt I couldn't. So see, I prepared. I didn't sleep. Even that day, like I was really nervous. Then I went into the meeting. They actually thought my boss was not going to do the presentation. They didn't know I was the one going to do the presentation. So I just went in. They thought I was just, sitting in just to hear what they were going to discuss. Then my boss was like, Faiza is going to do it. And then they are all looking at me. I'm like, damn, like, why did I even accept to do this? So I started talking. And then usually when I'm talking to people, right? So most of the time I don't like online presentations because I like to connect with people. Because when I'm talking, I like to look at their faces to see the feedback. So I was talking, I was looking at my MD's face, my HR, and I felt like I realized, okay, they were nodding. And then sometimes when you are doing this presentation, you should own it, because the thing is, they don't know what you're going to say. You know whatever like you're going to say, right? So you need to own it. So I spoke to them, and then like at the end of the day, my boss told me that like, I did well. To me, I felt like I didn't do well, but like my boss was like, I did well. Okay, then it looks like I'm actually like getting there. And I remember, so I have a remote job too. So I remember when I was working with PX, I had to do, I mean, my work, for my work, I do presentations a lot. So I had to do a presentation for the leadership as well. And that was the same thing. And then also, I remember, usually when I'm working, usually I'm the team lead. And then for me, being a lady and then being a young lady and leading a team it's not easy, because I mean, like, my colleagues at the office, when you come to my office, I'm the youngest, like most of them have kids and all that. And then I always feel like these people are more experienced than I am, because these people started tech journey. So I always have to like prepare. I always feel like when I'm talking to them, or when I tell them to do when I tell them to do something in a specific way, they'll feel like I'm not knowledgeable enough. You get what I'm trying to say. It boils down to, see, the thing is, it's not like when you're in a room of people in tech, right? There is always something that you can learn from everybody. So you have to have that growth mindset. You have to know that, like, see, I can learn from this person, I can learn from the other person, this person. In tech can learn from. Experiences. Yeah. So if there isn't any other question, can I move on? Can I move on?
Yeah. If there's no any
Hello.
other, you can move on.
Okay, sure. So when you feel like an imposter, right? See it as a good thing, right? So why is imposter syndrome like good for you? So the fact that you're feeling it means that you have taken a step out of your comfort zone, right? And if you're ambitious, you should actively seek this feeling, because as soon as you stop feeling like an imposter in your job, your project, hobby, you will know that like that feeling of comfort leads to complacency, right? And so you should always like look forward to feeling like an imposter syndrome. So syndrome is fuel with what negative thoughts. So how do you challenge negative thoughts, and how do you take back your control, right? So as I said, negative self-talk and then self-doubt is often fueled with what imposter syndrome. So feeling like an imposter is a sign that you are growing and improving in your skills, both professionally and personally. So thinking this way will make you own the situation you are in, right? So some of the things you can do to challenge negative thoughts is by what? Identifying and acknowledging negative thoughts, right? So start by becoming aware of your negative thoughts. When you catch yourself having this negative thought, right? Pause and acknowledge them. Recognize them as just a thought, right, and not necessarily fact, and gather evidence of your accomplishment. So to counteract negative thought, you should collect evidence of it. Capability. Remind yourself of the milestone that you've reached and the challenges what you've overcome. You can just do this by writing down like 5 things that you are proud of yourself for, either professionally or personally, right? The third is to challenge your self-imposed standards, right? So often we set areas of what the less what feel right. It's all areas of improvement. I mean, see, even our bosses, even the big people at the top still learn. The Bill Gates, then they are all still learning, right? Practice self-compassion. So treat yourself with kindness and what compassion, just as you would for what a friend or a colleague. Acknowledge that everyone what makes mistakes and experiences setback, right? So treat yourself with the same understanding and support you would offer to others. So everyone makes mistake one way or the other. So treat yourself with what compassion. Question your assumption. So when negative thoughts arises, ask yourself critical questions to challenge what their validity. What evidences do you have to support those negative thoughts? Are there alternative explanation or perspective? Is this thought based on facts or just what your own self doubt? Practice gratitude and positive affirmation. So cultivate the habit of what gratitude by focusing on what you appreciate about yourself and your accomplishment. So write down positive affirmation or reminders of your worth and refer to them whenever negative thoughts would arise. So you can write down 5 things that you are grateful for every day. Practicing gratitude can be genuinely what's life-changing for you. And celebrate small victories, right? Acknowledge and celebrate even the smallest achievement. Recognize that progress is what a journey, and every step forward is what's significant. Reward yourself for hard work and the effort you put in your work or your project. So like every morning, right, when you wake up, right, you can write 3 good things that so every morning when you wake up, write 5 things that you want to learn, practice or improve, right? And then every evening you can journal, write 5 things that you are proud of for yourself, either professionally or personally. So these are the things that you can do towards challenge negative thoughts. So I'll just pause and take some questions, or if you have any strategies that you can use to challenge negative thoughts, you can share before we go into strategies that we can build and enhance confidence in tech. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Is anyone there? Should I continue? Okay.
Personally, I think um, something that's helping me personally is always trying to be like I join communities like tech communities
Yeah.
just so that I can at least talk with people who are like-minded and share ideas with them and grow my confidence also. So I learn a
Yeah.
few
Okay.
things from them so that I can also add it to myself and feel that I'm improving in the space that I'm in.
Good. Who else? Can I continue? Is there anyone else? Okay. So maybe we should just continue. So strategies to build and enhance confidence. Tech, you need to have that kind of confidence. So the first is what embracing growth mindset. I keep saying embracing growth mindset a lot. So, developing a growth mindset is critical in what overcoming imposter syndrome. So, it is about understanding the abilities that can be developed through dedication, hard work, and learning from mistakes, right? So, embracing growth mindset is a powerful tool for overcoming imposter syndrome and building confidence in tech. So, some ways we can cultivate growth mindset is believe in the power of learning and cultivate a love for learning. Tech industry is such a way that like day in day out new technologies are coming, new tools are coming up, trends and all that. So it's an industry where you need to have the love for learning, because if you don't learn, like you would be left behind. You understand? So understand that your abilities and intelligence are not fixated on traits. So embrace the idea that you can develop and improve your skills through dedication, practice, and what continuous learning. View challenges as opportunities for growth and see setbacks as what valuable lessons. So approach learning with enthusiasm and embrace opportunities for continuous learning and development. Stay up to date with the industry trends and technologies and engage in professional development activities. As I said, you have to stay up to date. If you don't, you would be left behind. So the second is embrace challenges. So step out of your comfort zone and actively seek out challenges by taking on new tasks. You expand your knowledge and skills. Embrace the opportunity to learn and grow through these challenges, right? And adopt positive attitude towards feedback. So instead of seeing feedback as criticism, right? View it as an opportunity for improvement, right? Embrace constructive feedback and use it to enhance your skills and knowledge. Avoid comparison, right? Refrain from comparing yourself to others. Remember that everyone has their own unique journey and set of skills. So instead of feeling intimidated by others' accomplishments, use them as an inspiration and motivation towards learn and grow. See, you don't have to compare yourself with others, right? We are all on our individual journeys, right? So each and everyone has their own journeys. Sometimes the things that work for me wouldn't work for you, and the things that works for you wouldn't work for me, right? So don't compare yourself with others. And the second thing to and the second point for enhancing and building confidence in tech is build a supportive network. So building a supportive network is critical in overcoming imposter syndrome and fostering confidence in the tech field, right? So help you some strategies to help you create a natural supportive network is what seek out like-minded individuals. So connect with colleagues, peers, or professionals who share similar interests or goals in the industry. Attend industry events, conferences, meetups to meet new people and expand your network. So online communities, forums, and social media platforms can be valuable resources for finding like-minded individuals. LinkedIn is there for LinkedIn, like just use LinkedIn, right? can do, right? I was in a workshop just last month. It was on internet governance, right? So it's really important. Engage in online communities, as I've said, and then also support others. So building a support network is a two-way street, right? Be willing to support and uplift others in the communities, offer help, provide constructive feedback, and celebrate successes of your peers, right? By actively supporting others, you contribute to creating a positive and collaborative environment that benefits others. So if there's a skill that you have, you can teach other people who also want to gain that same skill, right? So I personally, what I do is to share resources on how people can have a successful career in tech or cybersecurity on my Instagram handle. I also share certain training resources. If I hear of any training resources that are free, I share it on my Instagram page. And recently I started doing that on my Facebook as well. So you can also do that, right? And then the third is setting realistic goals, right? Goals. So setting realistic goals is essential aspect of what building confidence in the tech, right? So by setting, you can do that by first identifying your priorities. So start by clarifying what is most important to you professionally. Reflect on your interests, values, and long-term aspiration, right? So understanding your priorities will guide you in setting goals that align with your overall vision. Your goals specific. So clearly define what you want to achieve, right? Um, broad goals or vague goals can be very overwhelming and difficult to measure. So break down your goals into specific, actionable objectives. For example, instead of setting a goal to improve coding skill, specify a goal like complete a specific online course within the next 3 months, right? So let's say there's a certification that you want to take, right? So you specify that within this time frame, I want to be able to achieve this. I want to be able to get this particular certification. So you give yourself like 3 months to learn and then get that certification. So ensure that your goals are measurable. So establish a criteria to track and measure your progress, right? So measurable goals allow you to achieve your goals and make adjustments as necessary. So use qualitative or quantitative such as deadline, project milestones, or specific performance metrics to evaluate your progress. Set achievable goals. So be realistic about what you want to accomplish within a given time frame. Certain overly ambitious goals that are beyond your current capabilities or resources can lead to frustration. You can get frustrated. So consider your current skills level and availability of time and resources when setting your goals. And break down large goals into smaller milestones, as I said. So sometimes larger goals can feel very overwhelming. So break them down into smaller measurable milestones or tasks. So this approach allows you to track your progress more easily and provide a sense of accomplishment along the way. And each milestone achieved brings you closer towards reaching your overall goals, right? Establish a timeline. So set a time frame for each goal or milestone. As I said, make your goals relevant and what's meaningful. Ensure that your goals are meaningful to you and aligns with your professional aspiration. When goals are personally relevant, you are more likely to stay motivated and committed to achieving them. So let's say, for instance, I'm into cybersecurity, and with tech and cybersecurity, one thing about it is that you can always switch from one role to the other. So let's say today I'm a security analyst. I want to go into cloud, right? It is easy for me to switch to cloud. So you have to have your long-term goals and aspiration, and then also make sure that your goals aligns with your professional life, right? I mean, your long-term goal is to be a software engineer, right? So why are you learning things that are not related to software engineering? So regularly review and revise your goals. So as you progress, periodically review your goals to assess their relevance and adjust them if needed, and then celebrate achievements along the way. Acknowledge and celebrate your successes, even if they are very small, right? Recognizing your achievements boosts your confidence and towards what your goals. Is there any other question, or I can move on? Hello? Is there any other question? Can I move on? Okay. Okay, sure.
So my question is, you made mention of a community, like getting the right people around you to support you. Sometimes to the people that are available to you, sometimes the people that are available to you in the tech community, like your locality or that whenever you need help, sometimes they envy you. And yes, how do you, since you are already in the tech industry, how do you overcome such challenges if you have encountered some before?
They envy you that you are doing well.
Well, I won't say that, but when they realize that, let's say you bring out some project, like, okay, let's work on this project, and they will always be like, you're always the one bringing new ideas, you are the only person who always want to show that you get it. I don't know if you have encountered such situation before,
Okay,
and
so
how.
for me, I'm not really sure I've encountered that situation. But see, right now, where technology has made it like very easy for us to connect with people that are not even in our locality. So if you feel like the people in your locality, when the people in your locality always look outside your locality there, if you can connect with people on LinkedIn that can have like a positive impact in your career, right? I personally, I'm not really sure I have like a mentor that's in my locality. No, I've not even met my mentors before, but we always communicate on WhatsApp and then on with email. So if you feel like the people that are in your locality are not really having positive impacts in your career or they envy you, then look out elsewhere. That's why there is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is there. And then right now, you don't necessarily have to go for like an in-person meetups, right? Right now, because of COVID, everything is online. So you can even sit in the comfort of your house and be in meetups, make positive impacts in the world without like stepping out of your house. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. Because I, for example, I've been in conferences outside Ghana that I've not actually like booked a flight. I just sat in my house and then I was on the conference. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely right. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, welcome. Any other question? Okay, so let's continue. So the next point to building confidence in tech is celebrating achievement. So celebrating achievement is an important practice that boosts confidence and motivates continued progress and acknowledges the hard work towards reaching your goal. So the first is acknowledge milestones along the way. Whether it is with friends, families, or family, mentors, or colleagues, sharing your success allows you to celebrate together and receive positive reinforcement from those who care about your growth. So I personally, in first, I was like I wasn't a person that loved like sharing my successes. Like I hit a particular milestone and then I just keep it to myself. I don't share. But my mentor advised me to share my successes because it also boosts your confidence. It motivates you to do more. So now I do share. Even though I'm still like struggling, but I try to share my successes. Reward yourself. So treat yourself to a meaningful reward as a way to celebrate your achievement. It could be something as simple as what? Indulging in your favorite meal, taking a day off to relax, buying yourself a small gift, or planning a fun activities. Choose rewards that align with your interests and provide a sense of satisfaction. So for me, because I love traveling, I do that by traveling. So the little when I'm able to achieve something, I reward myself. Even when I get my paycheck, I reward myself because it wasn't easy working from Monday to Friday for for the whole month. It wasn't easy. So eat at a nice restaurant, travel. Like today, I mean, I was paid just last week. So today, after this, I'm going out with my friends just to eat. You get it. So document and showcase your work. So create a portfolio or showcase your work in a way that highlights your achievement. This could be through a personal website, a Git repository, or a professional portfolio platform. Having a tangible representation of your accomplishment can serve as a source of pride and motivation. So creating a portfolio is very important, right? Just to showcase your work. And then even with that, when you are looking for a job, it is easy for you to just show your portfolio, and it's easy for a hiring manager to just go check and then hire you. Celebrate with your support network, recognize yourself internally, and then set new goals. So celebrating achievement also involves looking forward to new goals and aspirations. So once you've celebrated your successes, take opportunity to set new challenges and objectives for yourself. The next point is learn from failure. So learning from failure is crucial aspect of personal and professional growth in the tech industry. So strategies to help you effectively learn from failure is adopt a growth mindset. So embrace a mindset that sees failure as an opportunity for learning and growth. Understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth or abilities, but rather a stepping stone towards improvement and success. Believe in your capacity to learn from mistakes and overcome what challenges. So failure is part of life. Failing doesn't define who you are. So you just have to learn from what your failure. Everybody fails. You're not alone. Analyze and reflect. Take time to analyze and reflect on the failure. Define what went wrong, the factors that contributed to it, and then the lessons that can be learned from it. Ask yourself questions such as, what were the underlying causes? What could have been done differently? And what can I learn from this experience? I hope you guys are taking notes.
Yes,
So,
yes,
okay, good, great. So take responsibility. So accept better. Taking ownership allows you to learn your own actions and make necessary adjustments for future endeavors. Seek feedback and different perspectives. So reach out to mentors, colleagues, or trusted individuals to gain additional perspective and feedback on the failure. They can provide insights, alternative viewpoints, and constructive criticism that can help you understand the situation better and apply the lessons. Take actions based on the lessons learned. Apply newfound knowledge and insights towards projects or endeavors. And maintain a positive attitude. Adopt a positive attitude towards failure. See it as an opportunity for growth and development rather than a setback. So cultivate resilience and perseverance in the face of failure, using setbacks as a fuel for future successes. Share and learn from others. Engage in conversations and communities where you can openly share your failures and learn from the experiences of others, right? And celebrate progress, as I said earlier. And lastly, let me get some. If you have any questions, if there is anything that you'd like to contribute, let's take that before I go to the last point. Is there any questions? Is there anything you'd like to contribute? Okay, so let's continue. So the last is taking care of yourself, right? Take care of yourself. So taking care of yourself is essential for maintaining a well-being and building confidence and thriving in the tech industry. So establish work-life balance. So I personally am a victim. When I first started work in 3 years ago, I didn't know how to balance. I didn't know the difference between work-life balance and personal life balance. So I remember it was very difficult for me.